have to have two buttons. Welcome to Survivor's Circle for Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Starting just a little bit late today because I was didn't hit enough buttons. We're still in the process of learning on this thing, and but today we are starting out our conversation with a topic we picked out just the other day. The topic is movie sequels. And how are you today, Maria?
I'm good. I'm trying to get all of my stuff over here.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Fortunately, I believe everything is working today for a change. I haven't screwed anything completely up. So
Can you hear me? I had to switch
absolutely.
internet services there. Okay. I've been
Did
on the road all day today.
oh my.
So I just barely got in here on time.
Well, good. See, um, there's something to be said for being on time. I was ready to go and gab for a few minutes because I know you're on a much tighter schedule than I am. I get to sit here and let's see, when did I start? Really, like 5:30. Okay,
Yeah,
make sure everything's in place. You know.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
got that. Yeah, okay, I'm good. So
Yeah.
Andy made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, last week my internet service was much better than what it is today, and I don't understand the difference, but hopefully it'll clear up.
Someday. They keep saying.
Yeah,
Well,
someday.
the internet thing reminds me. I was having a little conversation about the asteroid impact mission that came off yesterday. They
Yeah.
managed to hit a rock with a rifle at 800,000 800,000 miles or something like that.
Had
And
great cameras on it too.
that was amazing. That was some amazing pictures.
Hmm.
That little final shot of it
Oh yeah.
before impact. But some of the pictures that are coming out now from the observatories are also really fascinating. And I saw one of those today. We were talking about that. We were talking about what the baud rate was on the upcoming photographs from the other spacecraft that kind of flew by with the one that hit the asteroid. And they were saying they had like 380 baud per minute. That reminds it. Yeah, now we're used to gigaband speeds, but reminded me of the days when we had the plug into the phone, drop the phone on your, hook the phone onto your computer. 300. Wow, 380 baud. What can I do with that?
Didn't seem like it was ever going to happen.
Yes, or you would want to download a picture, and
Right.
it was just forever getting a
Hmm.
picture across.
Yeah.
Or
It was like, please don't send me a picture. It'll get to me quicker if you mail it.
yes, I remember the
We
why
didn't
is
plan this,
that's
Bobby.
entirely unplanned, Bobby. We didn't script the names. We just picked them out at the end. I'll have to wait to see what her choices were on the movies, though. See, we didn't talk about what our choices were that we were
Hmm.
going to talk about today. Just that, hey, that's a good topic.
Yeah, we
Plenty.
just kind of we're tired of bitching about politics and people.
Yeah,
So we've just kind of decided we're going to bitch about movies.
plenty of room for that.
Yeah, we got plenty of room for that.
The Anyway, I thought that was just fascinating, and it is. even with how well that went off and how excellently it was done. I looked at some of the pictures that came in today from the observatories, and beyond the fact that I was fascinated that they existed at all, okay, that they could actually take pictures of a 500-foot rock 800,000 miles away is just almost impossible to believe by itself. But what I saw was not particularly encouraging for the ultimate success of the mission, because it was to see if they could change the orbit of this little moonlet around this asteroid. And when it hit, it looked to me like somebody hitting a pillow, a dusty pillow, with a baseball. And I mean, that's not really to scale, but the same effect. I said, "Oh, that's not good. That's not good for those people that want to move these things around by throwing things at them." Because I'm going to put myself out there. I'm no expert, but I think what they hit was a gravel pile. I do not think that it moved very much at all. I think it absorbed all that energy and turned it into heat. So anyway, that's my news. That's my news story for the day.
I kind of think they're objective from what I've heard in the past. I don't know about if they've changed their mind or not, but it was just to hit it just enough to push it to where that by the time it would get close, it would significantly change the orbit.
Yes, they were hoping to. Okay, it takes this little moonlet 11 hours and 50 minutes to go around this other asteroid. They're hoping that it will be able to change that 11 plus hour orbit 10 minutes. I don't think it happened, but I could be wrong. I'm waiting for the data to come in, but
yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see on that one, because
that's not much. That seems like that's not much, but if you did that to something that was a long way away, it would work.
Right.
But we all know that there are ones that every year we have 4 or 5 that whip by. We never knew they were there, and those you couldn't do anything about.
Yeah, they'd come out later and they'd say, "Oh yeah, by the way, we just had an asteroid that went between us and the moon."
Yeah,
and we didn't even know it was there. But they can pick one out 7 million miles away and
yes. I'm not sure exactly where Didymos is the big asteroid and Dimorphos is the little one, that moonlet. I think I read somewhere that the distance at the time of the impact was like 800,000 miles. But that doesn't, I mean, it's in a different orbit around the sun. So it could be, and it's been known for a while. So the fact that they were able to track it at all means it's already in a stable, known orbit. So it wasn't there was no possibility ever of it hitting the Earth or being deflected. It wasn't going to be. deflected by this rocket hitting the Earth and all. So they were safe that way.
Yeah.
Excuse
Well,
me.
now they've hit it, and here it's coming. So that's how this works.
Oh, well, that's the I've had people. I've been watching the comments on a couple of these about that, and then people say it's just, yeah, it's there. A lot of people are saying that. No, I think we're safe. I think we're safe. But anyway, they wouldn't tell us anyhow. So,
No, you're exactly right. They would not tell us. They would not.
oh my God.
They would not. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that is a good question, though.
Hmm?
What if that kind of goes along with some of the movies in
Hmm?
this? What about, yeah, there you go, Andy. Ron's not here. You can chit talking right now. Um, what if you were in the situation that you knew this big earth ending, all
Well,
life
that was that.
ending?
What's the name of that movie that they brought out last year? Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was, I got to watching some of that, and I was like,
Huh?
if they'd have had a better president than what they did in this movie, I probably would have finished watching it. But I just
Yeah,
couldn't.
I understand. I understand.
I mean, I get it that everybody was oblivious to this and could have cared less, but at least they could have done that role just a little bit better.
So
Just a
you would
little
like
bit.
you would like to redo the movie. You would like to do a sequel or
And get rid of,
another
yeah.
version and change the cast. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's. I,
So
I'm,
what I
I'm-
think's
well,
okay,
yeah,
so
they did the whole characterization of everybody was off. The
they had a woman
scientists are not
president.
that unpassionate.
Right.
They would have had if that were happening in real life, they wouldn't be using the scientists as spokespeople. The
Mhm.
scientists would be in a dark, damp cell under the Pentagon. I'm not saying they exist, but they build one for them
Heard rumors.
to keep it quiet.
We know a few people. But and I thought it was funny. So this is the movie they put a woman president in. I did notice
Yeah,
that.
this is true.
I did notice that.
Have they ever? I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have, but none that were notable movies that had a woman president.
But yeah, like so this I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, if you were somebody that was completely in power
Mm-hmm.
and you knew there was absolutely no way that we were going to survive this, would you tell anybody? And I'm talking about like a moon-sized asteroid coming at the Earth.
Okay.
I guess
I
you'd
would.
have to.
I would, but
Well, I mean, I
I'm
guess you'd
weird that
have
way.
to, actually.
I would think. Well, see something like something. Okay.
You'd have people like Mark
Even if it were as
telling.
large as this, as small as this one was. Okay. Both. Okay. There are amateur astronomers that took pictures of the event.
Mhm. Well, that's
With-
what I was going to say.
with
People like Mark.
Civilian scopes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People
Right.
like Mark would be going, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
That's right. That's right. And there are
But I mean, seriously.
thousands, if not tens of thousands, of people just as capable as Mark. Maybe not as. I mean, I like Mark a lot, but he's not alone out there.
No.
There's
We love Mark.
Yes, there's a lot of it out there. I think might be my fault. I had to turn down the feed. I may end up having to go to my headphones. Thanks, Bobby, for letting me know. I get so yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll clear up a little bit because I turned my monitor down just a little. It was on my normal blasting mode. In fact, I had it turned on while I was cleaning around the house today so I could hear it all over the house. Anyway.
I do that.
Yeah.
I have a little Bluetooth speaker that I pack with me.
I usually do that with my Bluetooth headphones, but this morning there was nobody else home, so I figured I'd do it that way. So I clean up and do dishes and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have to.
Naked and all that good stuff when nobody's home. Yeah. Free a bird.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're free as a bird when nobody's at home. You can walk around the house naked and all that good stuff, and it doesn't matter. Just keep your curtains closed.
Oh, I have too many windows here. The neighbors would talk.
During the daytime,
I don't know what they would say, but I'm sure they would talk. I'm sure they would talk.
I would say that during the day they can't see inside your house. So nighttime's a whole different thing because you've got the lights going inside, spilling out into the world. But yeah, no.
So are we ready? Are we ready to go here?
I've got a couple of movies that I think they did do sequels to, but I didn't watch them.
Okay.
So I will probably bring those up, and then you can tell me yay or nay.
Okay. My problem was once I started actually looking at it was in order for me to say it was a good sequel, I had to have watched the first movie. And there were.
That is a good idea.
So it not only it had to be a movie that I watched, and it had to have a sequel, which really shrunk the list down. And I had to basically to be a good sequel to me, the sequel had to actually be better than the original movie.
Has that ever happened?
I got three I have three that I chose where the sequel was better than the original movie. And so there we go.
Oh, I want to hear them. We're already on it. I want to hear it.
I thought this was ladies first.
No. You've already brought this up.
My four good sequels. Aliens. Now, Alien is the first movie with Sigourney Weaver and the what do they call it? What did they call that one? That crazy life form. Anyway, that was a really good movie, but that was more of a horror movie. Mm-hmm. The way that it was filmed and everything was more like a horror movie. A jump out, grab you movie. Aliens was like a war movie. Okay. Put her down, you bitch.
I have to say I've never watched. I've never watched it.
Oh, you got to watch that. That was Sigourney Weaver at her best. And so that's my first choice. My second choice is Terminator 2. So the first Terminator, Arnold was the bad guy. Okay. The second Terminator, Arnold got to be the good guy. That was the one that had the liquid metal police officer guy.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
That was such a better movie than the first one. The first one was just, we'll kill everybody. It didn't have a lot of depth. Didn't have a lot of depth to it. But the second one, I really think that's the better movie. And the third good sequel was the second Predator movie with,
Danny Glover.
And I had to think about that for a while because I hadn't seen that movie in so long. And I watched a couple of like clips out of it and it said, that was really a good movie. Yeah, and
That's another sequel I didn't see.
there were some really good characters in it. They had the like the CIA, NSA, CIA guy that was tracking the predator that didn't know what it was or didn't know what to do, and the cop found them both, figured it out before they ever got around to it, got figured out what was going on, and that made that a better movie in my estimation.
Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't in that one, right?
Not in that. He was not in that in Predator 2. He was the hero in Predator 1.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
Now let's go to bad sequels. My 4 bad sequels. Anything Matrix. In my opinion, they were all bad. Okay. And none of the sequels that were done on that were anywhere near as good as the original. Because it was so original.
Yeah.
And they just remade it and remade it and remade it. They didn't really change anything up.
Okay.
Any Superman movie that didn't have Christopher Reeve in it.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, that's a thing of the times, I guess. I
agree.
I remember the black and white Superman on TV.
Yes. Yes. Watch that every Sunday down at Grandma.
Steve Reeves.
Yeah.
And although that's now so cliche, old school stuff, it was still pretty damn good stuff. Mm-hmm. But when Christopher Reeve did the one, it was so much better than those that was always going to be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody who's, that's like, I don't know, like there couldn't be a James Bond film after oh my God. Okay, who's the original James Bond? You're gonna have
Roger?
Not Roger Moore, before Roger Moore.
Oh, I don't know.
Who?
There was Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. He's always going to be Bond to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Any Marvel movie after Disney bought the franchise. They're all bad. They're just all kind too special effects, no character, no writing. They're just bad. I'm sorry.
Would you put that in line with the Transformers movies?
Yes. And the oh gosh. What were the car movies? The whole set of car movies.
Cartoons or
no. The that's Speed. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Now see, that's why I worked on my list.
Transformers is the only car movie I can think of. Oh no, I know what you're talking. Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
All the racing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but it
was okay.
It's great to watch. It's like candy, You eat it once and you get a real high off the candy, and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm. That was on the first one. I didn't see the second one.
If you sit down to a full meal, you can savor it, and you can go back and do that again and again and again, and it's still really good.
Andy came up with a good one. Remember that car movie?
Herbie. Herbie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go. And for my final bad sequel, Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Yeah,
That was the
I
one where
have
they
to
had the
agree.
pregnant elephant they were trying to get across the
Yes, they just ruined it.
country.
Just ruined it.
Okay.
I mean, him driving Trans Am, T-tops out, driving down the highway, and Sally Fields is ripping her wedding dress off and throwing it. It's perfect.
Yeah. I'm not saying it
That was
didn't have some good parts, but they just they the elephant
no,
that
yeah, that was
and
bad.
Dom DeLuise was all as always just so funny,
Mhm.
but it didn't have the just didn't have the spirit of the first one.
First, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, you can throw Hooper into that too. I'm glad they didn't have a sequel to Hooper.
Hooper.
Yeah, Hooper. That had Burt Reynolds in it.
Okay,
That
I'm
come
sure
out
it
about that
was,
time too.
but I can't
He was
remember.
a stuntman.
Oh, oh
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that was a good movie.
That's one that I'm glad that they didn't do a sequel to.
Okay,
Yeah, that's mine. And then, like I said too, the ones that I'm gonna bring up,
okay,
you're gonna have to tell me if there's a sequel or not, because most of the times if there was one, I was
okay.
like, "I'm not watching it. It's gonna be
I will
stupid."
try because I've looked at a lot of I've looked at a lot. That's right.
That's just like, the Weekend at Bernie's. They should've left it alone
Okay, that
because they
was.
did a Weekend at Bernie's too.
Mhm. I think they did three.
Yeah. I didn't watch them. And what was the movie? And I
It's
could
just a
not
one.
think of
It's a one line joke. How many
Yes.
times can you do a one line joke in three movies? You
Yes.
know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And then what was, I cannot think of the name of this movie, and it was a real big hit at the time. It was where all these guys go for their bachelor party to Las Vegas,
Okay.
and the groom disappears, and they go and Mike Tyson's in the movie. They go through all of these places because they were all too drunk to remember
Hmm.
what had happened, so they started going back, and they found him on the roof of the hotel, totally sunburnt, dehydrated, probably should have that's true. But anyway,
So that was when they should have had a sequel to, or did and
they
shouldn't
should have left it alone.
have.
Should have
Yeah.
left it alone. They had
Yeah.
1 or 2 more after that, I don't know. But anyways, I can't think of the name of it right now.
Okay.
Gosh, I hate that. But anyways, so I actually have my DVDs.
Oh, you think there should have been a
That
sequel?
is I
No,
don't
there
want
wasn't.
the damn sequel to that. I don't
Huh?
know. I
I
don't
don't
think
think that.
I don't
No,
know.
I looked for that one. I do not think there was a sequel.
You couldn't do this any better at
Yes.
all.
Yes. I think that's true.
You can't redo it. You can't remake it. That humor's
Okay.
gone.
I'm going to throw another one. I'm going to throw another one out there that
Okay.
they never did a sequel to, and they couldn't because they couldn't have done it any better. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You can't do Spicoli going to college because it wasn't gonna happen.
Yes.
And if
Oh,
he did, well, he
oh,
could've.
that brings me another one that they didn't do a sequel to,
Animal
and it's
House.
probably a good thing. Um, okay, what was the movie with Belushi and
Animal
called
House.
Animal House?
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't think they did an Animal House
They
uh,
can't.
sequel.
And okay, so here's one that they
And if
shouldn't
they
have done a
had, it would
sequel
have
to.
been ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
here's one that they did do a sequel to and that I did not watch, but was Stripes with Bill
Okay.
Murray. Yeah.
They
I
did?
think they did a sequel. I think they did. I mean, you just can't. You can't go anywhere from there.
Yes.
So,
Oh God.
but
They didn't do anything. Thank God they didn't. I think they
did
didn't
it?
do a sequel to Caddyshack.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my God. That's terrible. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it wasn't funny.
glad I didn't watch it.
It wasn't
I'd had
funny.
to put it on my bad sequels list.
And that goes along with the movie. They did a sequel to Gremlins. I didn't watch it. It wasn't that good. I
Gremlins?
mean, you can't. Yeah, they did
Oh
Gremlins
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
They did a whole, I think they did a whole bunch of those.
Kind of like Halloween and Friday the 13th. And people went to. I just
Ooh,
couldn't get that. Halloween 2 was 3. Halloween 3 was horrible. That
okay.
was the one, I think, with the masks. Halloween 2 needed to happen because that was written on purpose.
Okay.
Had to have been written on purpose. I mean, you couldn't have
Okay.
not had one without the other. I think it
Okay.
was Halloween 3 or 4 or something. But anyways, it was these masks that these companies were making that they wanted kids to wear and sit in front of the TV at a certain time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when this video would play, then their heads would melt and bugs would run out of them. They'd be dead. Anyway, that was should never. That's when you need to revoke. Yeah, this is true, Andy. They're remaking The Wizard of Oz with LGBTQZ210, whatever they're calling it. Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, Andy, you're correct. There's another one. They should have stopped
Mm-hmm.
after the second one. That was it. They should have stopped that.
Okay.
So anyway, speaking of
Did we
Bill
get
Murray,
did we get all your good ones, or did we just go straight to the bad ones? Good, your
no,
good sequels.
good sequels. Thinking about that. I don't know. I don't. Trimmers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now they should have stopped after the second one. The
Mm-hmm.
third one was okay, but that was it. They should have stopped because then they did a prequel. Then they did Trimmers 4. Then they did the series on TV. Then they did another one, and I think this is where Burt Gummer's dying. And his
Oh.
son he's trying to get his son roped into
Okay.
doing all of that. So yeah, they should have stopped after some of those. But I don't know. What do I have down here? Oh, there's another movie that I'm glad that they did not do a sequel to. And if they did, I don't want to know about it. Tombstone.
Yeah. Where could you go? Well. Oh gosh. I can't remember which
Tombstone.
one of the movies of that. It might have been Wyatt Earp that
I
showed
think
him
so.
and his new wife going to Alaska years and years later.
Okay.
Okay. But that was just a competing movie or an earlier
Mm-hmm.
movie of the same event. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of made the whole movie a flashback,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
So there's Ron's pick. The Hills Has Eyes 2 makes no sense. They would make a second one.
okay.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about that one.
I think those first, okay, the ones that they call 4, 5, and 6 now,
Yeah.
that were 1, 2, and 3 when we were growing up.
Or no, which were yes, you got that right.
Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and
Back
Return of the
in
Jedi were the
Mhm.
first 3. Now
Yes.
they're the 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Um, Yes, Ron, that's another good one. They shouldn't have done a sequel to that one.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just keeps going, and I'm like, you can't.
Well,
Sorry.
I think that's a thing with the whole movie industry. Once they
Mhm.
get something that brings in an audience,
Mhm.
they just keep running it over and over, the same, basically the same
I
screenplay
mean,
again
yeah,
and
and I
again and
get it.
again and again and again. People, look, we're
Mhm.
the people that watch movies, watch them to see something different. You
Mhm.
know, they don't watch
Right.
them just, it's not like a TV series where
Right.
you walk in and you expect the same characters every week,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah. So,
Oh, okay. So speaking of that, Mummy 3,
okay.
um, back in the 90s, Mummy. The first 2 were pretty good, and then by the 3rd one, he had a new wife and his son was grown up. It was not the new wife, it was a different one acting like that she was the
Okay.
original.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
never changed her name or, they should have at least made her a stepmom if it was
Yeah.
gonna be the same person.
Right.
So, but anyways, okay. So another one that I think that should not have had a number 2 is Zombieland.
Oh, I hope there wasn't.
I think there was.
Pro- there probably
I
was,
think
but
there was.
that.
But you can't redo this and you can't add to it. Bill Murray was in this too. Are you seeing where all this is going with me? Apparently, I think Bill
Mhm.
Murray. Um, and then here's another one. Um, Major League.
This is true. This is true.
They did a sequel to that. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Um, let's see. Okay, so we talked about The Village.
Yes.
Okay. I hope they never do a sequel to that or try to remake it.
Hmm.
And that movie too is such a cult movie. I mean, like that could actually happen. I mean, it was almost like the movie Truman, where he thought he was the
Hmm.
only one in this
Yes.
whole world. I mean, this was his world, and everybody around him knew it was a TV show.
Hmm.
And in the village, everybody living there, but just a select few, thought that that's their
It's their
real
whole world.
life,
Yes.
and they didn't know any different. And the elders of the group made that community
Hmm.
and made it to where that they'll never know what the outside world is.
Hmm.
So I think that's what the Amish try to do, but they
Yep.
will release you if you wanna leave.
Okay.
Alright, another one I'm glad they didn't do a sequel to is Scrooged.
I vaguely remember that movie. I'm sure I watched it, but that was just a
Oh.
remake of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, that's Bill
Or,
Murray's
a modernization. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I I will have to watch that again.
It's so
Uh,
silly. I mean, it's Bill
mhm.
Murray silly. It's
Yes.
like Zombieland. That's Bill Murray. Of
Yes.
course, they kill him in that movie, but anyway,
The
but yeah.
okay. My sequel that should have happened but didn't.
Okay.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
No.
That
How
I
would you have had it happen?
they should have had it. They should have had a sequel. You know, that's in my opinion.
Of
Of
how? Like,
E.T.
maybe
coming
coming
back.
back?
E.T. coming back to Earth.
Okay. To
On
coming to
on an
get A
official
Elliot?
mission. Okay, whatever it was, right? Or,
Was he gonna
but
come back and he's gotta come back and see Elliot.
that's true. Now, and I said it should have happened.
Mhm.
What I found out when I looked into it
Mhm.
was they actually had a script ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And Spielberg, okay, this is a quote from somebody talking about the script. It had red-eyed albino mutations with sharp teeth and a taste for abduction and cattle mutilations.
That's
Spielberg
creepy.
wisely chose not to film it.
Yeah. You think?
Okay.
Wow.
The other one that should have had a sequel but didn't
Mm-hmm.
was Forrest Gump.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever he said something about Jenny and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
my comment should have been, my name's not Jenny because I'm not a crack whore with AIDS. So Roadrunner is it.
But there was supposed to be a sequel to Forrest Gump. It was ready to go,
Was there really?
but they dropped it because the final approval came in like the day before 9/11,
Oh,
and they shelved the
man.
whole thing and it just disappeared.
Oh,
Nobody
no.
wanted to do it again, do it after that.
I didn't realize that movie was that old either.
Yeah, well, really.
I didn't realize that. Wow. Okay, let's see. Movie Children of the Damned. I don't think I watched that one. I think that was actually me going
We
back
love
through
you
my
too,
life.
Lorraine.
She's awesome. Titanic 2. There you go. They couldn't do a sequel to Titanic.
Okay. Do you remember Raise the Titanic?
No.
Oh, wow. That was a while back. Where they actually
No.
they floated her back up to the surface and towed it into New York Harbor.
No.
So
No, no, no.
they could have done a remake quasi sequel.
Oh, okay. So, speaking of that, made me think about them raising the Titanic and all the ghosts that would come off the ship.
Mhm.
Ghostbusters 2, after Ghostbusters 2, there should have been no more. I've
Well,
not even watched the
that's
latest
another
one.
that's one of those shows that was Disneyfied.
I didn't watch. Everybody said that this one, it's all their kids. I guess it
Mhm.
is. They said that it was pretty good, but sorry, my back's itching. I never watched it. I didn't watch the stupid one with the women in it. I mean, that was just stupid.
I no that was I did not see that, but that's relatively recent. That may have even come out during the COVID thing or right before, whatever. It
I
was
don't know. It's just like
obviously
they're
just
ghost.
not that good a movie.
Well,
You
see, and
know?
that's like when they're talking. I agree, Bobby. Totally agree. But after the second one, they should quit.
Yep.
Um, and then there was totally lost that train of thought. I've got to stop drinking while I'm doing the show. I haven't even finished a glass yet.
So that's
Let's
yeah.
see. Let's see. There's the Ghostbusters movies. They were okay. And the bad part about it is a lot of these things. Oh, you and I talked about Signs,
Yes.
that there shouldn't have
Science.
been a sequel to that, and I would have liked to have
Mhm.
seen something else. Maybe not a Signs 2, maybe just something like it.
Mhm. Okay.
I mean, because that, like you said, they didn't show a whole lot of alien stuff or whatever, and it was all. But that's kind of the peekaboo thing about it, that you knew nothing about anything that was going on until they showed it somewhere into the movie, the alien walking by in between buildings.
Hmm. Well, I will tell you, that just made me think of another one that they did. Okay, War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds has
Yes.
been done. Oh my God, 5, 6 times now,
Hmm. Has
and
it been that many?
I know there's been at least 3. I'm thinking 4,
The
but
last
it
one
wouldn't
I
surprise me that
remember
there.
was my son was 11. So what was that?
The
2005.
Tom, is that the Tom Cruise one? There was
Hmm.
one done
I
after that.
hated it. I hated it
Yes, and none of
because
them. None
that's
of
not.
what. All I'm saying is the original one that they did back in the 1950s.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, it's the old 50s special effects and that, but
That was
it
closer
was
to
at
the
least
story.
close to. It was reasonably close to the original written H.G. Wells novel,
Yeah.
and the rest were just not. They
Crap.
weren't even as good. With all the special effects at their hands, that they could have made it.
Hmm.
It could have been It could have been really good, and they didn't. They just
Right.
they made it. They made it up as they went along, and they did not make it into a good screenplay.
Right. Andy says BBC made one that's based in the 1800s. Sadie, honey, Mama loves you, but go lay down.
Well, wait a minute. What was that one? Uh, Cowboys and Aliens. Did anybody else? Did
Yes, I
anybody else
watched
see
that.
that?
I liked it. I saw that because I was like, man, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it and I was like, I actually like this movie.
Yeah, that was War of the Worlds. War of the World. That was War of the Worlds, Western style. You know.
Yes. Hmm. Mm. Oh, there was a movie. Okay, Will Smith was in it. Somebody else was. It was based Wild Wild West. Was what it was called? Excuse me. It's an awful movie. Horrible movie. Sadie, Mama loves you. Please go lie down. Mama pet you later. Okay. Shoo. Anyway, um, it was awful. There's Justin. You're a fucking hour late, but anyways, welcome to the show, my son.
Oh,
Ooh, see, this is better. I can give shit to Justin in on video and not just in
oh my God! Blazing
yeah.
Saddles. Blazing
Oh my,
Saddles.
that needed a
They could
sequel.
never. They could never do a sequel to that
They
today.
couldn't, but damn, wouldn't it be
Oh,
good if they could have? Okay, so I have to do. Oh no, like my son can recite still to this day. He started watching it when he was in high school, and he can still tell you every word of that movie.
yes.
You can just kind of throw in a line, and he can finish the whole scene. And it's funny. It all of that was
Oh,
funny back
you
then.
know
You look
what?
at Monty
I just
Python movies.
came up with another one that they'll never. They should have had a sequel, but they never will. Life of
What?
Brian, Monty Python.
Oh, yes. This is true. This is true. Very
They'd
true.
be they'd be burning theaters all over the country.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, Justin's trying to make me feel bad. Better late than never. Anyway, whatever. I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad. I'm glad he made it over here too.
Me too. Me too. So what is another one? Oh, Talladega Nights. They don't ever need that's
Hmm,
one of those movies they didn't need to redo.
okay.
I'm gonna have to disappear for a second. I'm gonna have to go get this dog a treat or she's gonna drive me insane. So,
Yes,
well,
we understand. You got
yes,
to do
thank
what you
you.
got to do.
I'll be right back.
Be right back. So, Three Amigos. That was a good movie. That was a good one. I remember that. Uh, I don't know what they would have done as a sequel, but that one had some legs. They could have gone somewhere with it. Oh, Silence of the Lambs, or A Cannibal Eats Europe, or something. Yes, the gustatory tour of Europe. They'd had to have it like a detective follow him all around the culinary hotspots of Europe, trying to catch him before he makes his next appearance. That'd be good. Hannibal Lecter. Yes. Hannibal the Cannibal. Ding, ding, ding.
Hit 4 or 5 buttons and none of them fucking work. She has her treat. She's over there. She's quiet for now.
Oh my goodness. Good. Well, see,
yeah.
You were pushed to get in here on time. I tell her I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so I fed her half of my sandwich when I got home because I hadn't had anything to eat since breakfast this morning. So I got in here about 5, threw something together to eat real quick, and I'm trying to eat it, and she's looking at me like, "You don't love me anymore." So I gave her half my sandwich.
Oh.
So anyways, Saw movies. Did you ever watch any of the Saw movies?
Amanda talked me into starting watching Saws, and I think I made it to 4.
I never watched them. And the only reason I never watched them was because they the gore. I want horror. And if somebody gets their brain sucked out of their ear at that time, I'm fine with it. But just all of the Friday the 13th movies were okay, but they weren't really horror movies.
What was the other one about the different ways to die? Oh, 1,000 Ways to Die. And that was almost like a documentary, but it was still right into the category,
Back in the 80s. I think a girlfriend and I had that there were videotapes that we rented, and it was 100 Ways to Die or 1,000 Ways to Die, and there was many, many of them, and they showed everything.
Yes.
Like all of it. There was no editing to any of this or anything,
Nope.
and her mother watched it with us, and I thought that poor woman was going to die. But it didn't really mean anything or hit home with us.
Right.
On some of the stuff. We laughed at people's reactions to this stuff.
Okay.
There was a guy that jumped off of, I don't know, he went down 10 stories or whatever.
Yes.
To his death. And there were guys standing around turn around and said, "Man, did you hear that? It sounded like a frog hitting the concrete." We cracked up. It was but this man just died, and we're sitting over here laughing.
That's a dark humor kind of thing,
Yeah.
And a deflection, shall we say?
Probably.
Because seriously, you can't really.
They didn't show him hitting, but you heard it. You seriously heard it, and then that man turned around and was like, "Oh," I just fell out. We fell out. And her mother, I'm surprised she let us finish watching it because, she was like, "Y'all are awful. Y'all are horrible people." I was like, "Well, yeah." But anyway, we're bad people. The Fly. I saw that somebody mentioned Andy did.
Yes. That's one of the remakes that they really did a good. I really think they did a good job on. But as compared to the original one, that one they really did a good job. Jeff Goldblum was pretty
Oh,
awesome
that's
in that
right.
movie.
Well, now he was pretty good in the first Jurassic Park. And I could have lived with them doing 2 of those and then been done with it, but after the 2,
Oh, there were more than oh, got me there
they
because
just
I
didn't
didn't
call
know.
them 1, 2, and 3. They keep releasing them actually,
Oh my
but
God.
this has to do and I don't even know the name of the actor, but he's, like, supposed to have been able to, train the what God, what are they called? Starts with an R. Those really bitchy dinosaurs. Raptor,
Raptors? Right.
raptors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be able to train them and stuff. Yeah. So, but, no, I don't watch those. 2 of that was plenty.
hmm
Um,
Okay.
Twister, they didn't do a sequel to Twister, but if you remember at that time, Sci-Fi was doing a bunch of B movies of these big hit movies.
Yes.
Sharknado,
Yep.
and then they did
Hypercane.
several sequels to those.
Hypercane was going to sweep around the earth and just destroy everything down to the ground.
Oh, no,
Uh,
no, no, wait a minute, stop, we gotta stop the show. Why?
hmm, that's too
Why? Justin, you know and you didn't tell me?
bad.
I'm devastated.
Goodness.
Oh, no, 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 AJ, well,
AJ's
let's
on
see, no,
Wednesday.
yeah, and she's gonna be, let's see, it was gonna be in a couple of weeks, she's gonna be in Germany anyway.
Well, AJ was supposed to be on tomorrow with
Mhm,
her friend that does the readings.
mhm, mm. Misty or the other girl?
Yes, Misty.
Okay, mhm.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's sad, but she's going to meet her grandson, granddaughter.
Yeah, son,
That's awesome.
it's gonna be in a couple
That's
of
great.
weeks. I know, I'm so excited for her,
hmm
especially to see the son and the new wife and
Oh God, yes.
the grandbaby. Yeah, it's all together. That'll be great.
hmm
That will be awesome. But MUFON's not been on for a couple of weeks now.
Well, it's that time of year. People are busy. You know, there are a lot of the conferences are back. I was just watching. Uh, what was I watching? Sojourners this afternoon
Oh,
from
yeah.
yesterday,
Mhm.
and they were talking about the conference that a bunch of people that we know had been at in Michigan. I'm saying,
Yeah,
next it's not that far to Michigan. Next year, maybe I can make it up there.
you go for it, son. I'm not going. That's too far. I'm not driving that far. No, I
Well,
know, because, KGRA had a show on while they were and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was new, but that's where they were.
okay.
And,
Yes.
Reverend Carter come on and
Right.
Andrea come
Exactly.
on, and there was
Mhm.
a couple of others that came on after, during that. And, so so I
You
knew when
know, we were talking before about possibly having guests on here,
yeah.
and Reverend Carter would definitely be on really high on my list to
Oh,
have
yeah.
on. I
He's
just
such
love
a sweet
listening to
guy.
him. He makes so much sense to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this mess going on in my background behind me? Are you paying attention?
No,
Every
not
once in a while,
really.
you'll see a white streak
Oh,
just back and forth from the window.
I've
The
I've
door's
learned to,
open. She can
yes.
be outside, but no,
hmm
she's
Yeah.
Justin, you want another cat or 3? Anyways, what's this, Bobby? I've been wanting to know what is happening to Jerry and Jenna. Last time I checked, they had ran away. Okay. I don't know who that is, but anyway.
Me either.
Justin,
Mhm.
thought we were friends.
So
Oh, I guess you can only push a friendship so far with here, you want all of my damn animals?
Justin, you heartless devil, you.
Okay, and other movies. The Exorcist. The Exorcist was good. Exorcist 2 sucked. Exorcist 3, I liked most of what was in there. And then The Right. That was
Mhm.
I liked it. I liked The Right because that had Anthony Hopkins in it.
Back in the day, I watched a couple of the Omen movies, Damien the Omen, and all of them.
That was good for the time.
I will say that, and they burned me out
Yeah.
for that whole genre. I
Mhm.
just there's things I don't want. I'm not going to. I'm not going to intentionally subject myself to, and
Yeah.
not just. I don't need to go there. That's just.
No.
I'll stick to my fantasy sci-fi
Mhm.
movies. You know.
So what was the other one with the that was on about that same time? Let's see. We had The Shining.
Yes. Although that was Stephen King, and I read the book, and the book was better. I think
Way better.
Stephen King's books are generally better than the movies,
Mhm. They're
but
amazing. Yes.
man,
I'm
yeah,
trying to think
that one.
too. There was I cannot remember the first book that Stephen King let go to movie, but they absolutely butchered it. And it seemed like after
Oh,
that, he was more involved with he made sure if they were
hmm,
gonna do it, he was
okay.
involved in it, and you'll see he has some kinda cameo in it,
Okay.
in every movie. Like, when he did, Just for TV series, he wrote, Rose Red, Here Comes a Helicopter. You'll hear it here in just a minute. Um, Rose Red, and that was just for TV that he wrote that, and he appeared in it. Um, I think he delivered pizzas to the door or something. But then it seemed like every movie after that, he made sure he was involved in it in some way or the other so they
Wouldn't have
wouldn't
been
butcher.
Carrie.
Carrie, yeah, that was pretty true
That
to the
was in
book.
'76.
That that movie was pretty
Mhm.
true to the book because I did read it. Oh, um, yeah. So yeah, the badass
Failing
car was
Plot,
with Christine.
1979.
Yeah,
Cujo. He said
Cujo was
so
pretty.
many of them. You know.
Debbie Does Dallas is what Andy said. I don't think Stephen King wrote that one.
Mm,
He might have lived it, but he didn't. He didn't write about
God.
that. Oh, this is cute. Flesh Gordon instead of Flash.
Actually, yeah. Actually, in
Mm,
comparison to the some of the, yeah, never mind.
other stuff he could come up with. Anyway, so there was a couple of TV series that we had talked about
Okay.
that I really like. So Outer Range was the one that I got you to
Yes.
watch. Okay, so I looked it up today and they've not decided if there's going to be a season 2 or not.
Oh man. I
And
see.
if it comes
First I heard there wasn't going to be one. Then I heard there might be one. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's
Well,
not completely
if
decided. But
if it comes out, it'll be after April of 2023.
okay.
All right. So then The Witcher,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to wait till summer of 2023 to see it.
Hmm.
And that would be the third season to come out. The fourth season to Evil is not going to come out till summer of 2023. So I don't know what these people think, what the fuck we're going to do during the wintertime.
Mm.
We're busy in the summer.
Yeah.
Give us something during the winter.
Yeah.
And I understand we have football, but it's not on all the time. And
Yep.
we have basketball, but it's not on all the time. But yeah,
I'm trying to
um,
think. There's
Andy
really
keeps talking
nothing.
about John Wick, and
There's
I've
really
not
nothing
watched those
on right
movies.
now. I
No,
mean,
they're not.
I like the Dark Sky, and that one was dropped. There will be no more
Yeah.
of that one. But I really loved that.
Apparently
But
nobody could get into that either.
it was like The Range. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it left so much open that you didn't know
Yeah.
what happened. You know, at the end of
Mhm.
the first year, I said, man, they've got it. They've got to go with this one, and they did. I
They
don't
didn't.
understand. I don't understand.
This
It's
is a movie, John Wick. I've got to watch this because I've heard they're wonderful. And it's you just kill everybody you're looking at all the time through the whole movie. But
it's an American kung fu movie with guns.
Kung Fu.
Okay, like
Kung
those old,
Fu. Now that
like
was
those
a good one.
the really old
Yeah.
ones where they was just
What was his
slashing and
name?
killing all everywhere. You know.
What was his name? And it was Kung Fu, and we watched that all
David
the time.
Carradine, the
Yeah.
actual American kung fu. Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
I like
Yeah.
those too. I remember those.
But okay, so that show had a lot to do with racism. They dealt with it there.
Oh, definitely,
I do remember that.
definitely,
I don't
definitely.
remember thinking about it at the time, but I mean, now that you're grown and
Yes.
you're like, "Oh, yeah, they addressed that quite
Hmm.
often in that show."
Oh, they addressed the exploitation of the Chinese workers in
Mhm.
California, building the railroads through the Sierra Nevadas and that kind of thing. They
Mhm.
addressed it in quite a few different ways. You know,
Mhm.
it was one of the
It's
first shows where the Indians weren't necessarily always the bad guys.
Mhm.
You know, that they had a a valid viewpoint too. So
Yeah.
it's
Mm. So this movie here, Pulp Fiction, I've never watched. Sorry.
I I think I've watched it once or twice. It was yeah. There's so many of those are just they're like iconic. Okay,
Mhm. It's like
because
this movie, Scarface.
yes, there's just no it's a no holds barred
Mhm.
kind of movie.
There's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of these movies that should have been TV series, like The Sopranos.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That show had me addicted until they killed Adriana in it, and then I couldn't freaking watch it anymore. Which and she turned into a bad guy. She was fixing to put them all in damn federal prison, but she was hot,
Yeah.
and they killed her, and they didn't think twice about it, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Ugh, no, no,
Well,
no, no."
what was the mm,
But Godfather, Scarface, all of those would have been great
mhm.
TV series.
But
Oh,
I'm
there
thinking
you
back in the
there you go.
50s through the 70s, really through the 80s.
Mhm.
You know, the bad guys, the mafioso were always bad guys,
Yep.
and the FBI was always the heroes.
Right.
But on the network TV
Not
shows,
now.
because that was the way it was done. You couldn't do it any other
Yes.
way.
Right.
You couldn't make it any other
You
way.
couldn't tell it any different.
Because
And
J.
now all
Edgar
of a
Hoover,
sudden,
J. Edgar Hoover said so.
oh, so that reminds me that movie Clue from 1983,
Oh
4,
my
something like
God.
that.
Yeah.
There was one line in that where it's somebody answers the phone and he's like, "Why is J. Edgar Hoover on your phone?" He's like, "Well, he's on everybody else's phone. Why shouldn't he be on mine?" So then he goes in, shuts the doors, and goes to talk to him. So,
Yep.
uh, he was referenced in so much stuff, and it almost, I mean, that's almost like dropping a mob boss's name somewhere.
Mhm.
It's like
There
you
really
drop
wasn't a
this
whole hell
little
of a lot.
nugget
There
here,
wasn't
it's gonna
enough
make you think
difference
twice.
between the two to really separate them. It's like
Yeah.
left shoe and a right shoe.
Mm,
They're both
mhm.
really, really bloody shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Oh,
go to work tomorrow, and I don't want to. Can we fix this problem for me? I didn't go to work today either, so
oh my.
I'm ready for a vacation.
Know the feeling. I need a vacation,
Mhm.
but I'm like retired, so
Oh,
I got nothing to blame myself.
show Justin
I need-
my Ron Bass mask video. Okay, hang on.
Ooh,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to email it to myself and download it and blah 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 blah.
yes.
Yeah.
Preparation, preparation, preparation. We can do
Yeah,
that.
Andy, this is
Just
something
because
you
we
should
can
tell me
do it
earlier.
doesn't mean
It doesn't mean it can happen.
yes. Just because we can. Look, that was one of Ron's standby lines too. Because we can. Earth Radio.
I don't
Oh
even
my
know if I
God.
can get this to where you can see it.
That's not bad right there. Not bad right there.
Yeah.
That is now that is a scary mask. Oh,
Yeah. That is pretty much.
yep.
But
Private stock only. Don't share those with just don't share those with just anybody.
yeah,
Get in
exactly.
trouble. We'll really get in trouble. They'll be looking for us.
Mhm. This is true. Yeah, it's funny how the things, I mean, because everybody thought the CIA and the FBI were just awesome and
Oh my.
do anything they could for them and everything else, and then now they're finding out that, hey,
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. You remember Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.? Yeah. All the FBI agents in their white shirts, and I thought they were Mormons.
oh yes, oops, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
oops,
And then the truth started coming out.
yeah, here it all
Like,
comes. Come on,
I don't know.
come on, Doris, come on, come on. You're driving me crazy. Come here. This is another one that's sitting down here wanting to be petted constantly.
It's the,
God, he weighs a freaking ton.
mm.
Come here, baby. There we go. Shoo.
It's a big kitty.
Come on. Yep. Yeah, he weighs a ton. There you go. I'm talking to Charles for a little bit. Charles is grinning and he's talking about something, so I don't, or typing something, so yeah. Shut up, Andy. Yeah.
Mm. I knew that was coming. I was typing because I knew that was coming.
Exactly.
Oh God. I knew. I said, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to have that one on preparation. Get that up
Yeah.
right now. Oh,
So, all right. So if we don't have MUFON tomorrow night and we don't have AJ, what are we gonna do?
gosh. I don't know. Don't have any
We got
plans. I'll
what's
have to
that one show
have to come up with
Thursday
something.
before Alan's show
Maybe we'll
comes
get, maybe
up.
Oofy's not here.
I know.
Oofy's been making some plays on Mixler over at radio.
Oofy's
And
not. Genghis isn't. Oh, and I don't think Marco's gonna ever come back. Just
so, hey, I was actually pleased and surprised. I looked at last week's show. We had like 20 views. So
oh, sweet.
I was,
That's
I
pretty
was,
good for first show, new channel.
yeah. Yeah, I thought that was, I didn't look at a number of other things, but one of these days I'll get around to it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's another thing that I did want to do that I haven't done. I wanted to create a Survivors Circle Facebook group.
Oh
And
yeah.
I didn't, somehow that got lost in the shuffle too. And that's something I'm looking forward to getting done.
Hey
All I
Bobby,
have to
honey,
do
don't
is,
worry about it. It's already we're gonna
yeah,
be out of here in about
we're
10
into the
minutes.
winding down part of the
Mm.
show. I know she would have got the YouTube notice. I noticed they went out.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
People are busy, and if you can play,
yes.
stop and play with us, great. If you can't, we get it totally.
Yeah,
Because there's
that's the good thing about being able to put them up so you can listen at your whenever you want to.
mm-hmm.
But we miss
Oh,
having anytime everybody doesn't show up.
looky there, she's gonna bring her
We
friends.
miss having more people in chat because it makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah, because then we don't have to think of anything we need to talk about. We just kind of
we can react. Yes.
we just let you all talk shit, and then we can just react to it. That's the best part. Oh, Andy. My God. I had to put that up there because she needed to see that.
Mm-hmm.
If she watches it.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Ooh.
other than
Ooh.
that. Uh-oh, what?
Slipped right by me there.
Uh-oh, what did?
Did everybody hear that they've had to postpone the new January 6th hearings that were going to be tomorrow? Last I heard, they were postponed indefinitely.
Oh. Why, Charles? Tell me. I haven't
have
been on
no
Twitter
clue.
today. Oh,
Maybe they,
well,
maybe
they figured out they just need to
maybe the FBI confiscated the tapes they were expecting to show.
oops.
Oops.
And then lost
No,
them or deleted them.
I'm serious.
One or the
because
other.
it did come out today that those tapes were seized by the Justice Department.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, a couple of hours later, it comes out that they're going to have to postpone the hearings.
Okay, but tell me
Now,
about
I'm
the
not
text
saying
messages.
that the two have anything to do with one another, but just
Oh God, they don't. There ain't nothing in Washington D.C. The two don't have shit to do with the other ever,
yes,
ever.
yes.
But tell me about
it's a
the.
pretty small town.
I've not heard anything else about these text messages.
The which?
The text messages.
Okay.
I've not heard anything else about it. There was a big blow up. We needed to get
about
this. We needed to get that. And now,
the lost text messages from the Secret Service.
yeah, they were supposed to
I
have
guess
summoned,
I
gotten
don't
all
know
of their
what's happening with that.
phones.
There, I don't know.
It's bullshit.
With that.
It's fucking bullshit. It's okay.
Well, there is. They did confiscate and just and get rid of. They issued the number that 26 agents communication devices. So I don't know where they're probably in safe storage right next to the Hunter laptop. And Hillary's server.
Is that the pool boy or the other one? Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. Thank God. I'm so glad I don't know everything that's going on there. You know?
So as much as everybody knows about Bill Clinton's sex life, I think we all need to kind of jump in on Hillary's and figure out.
Well, we have to.
Because if she wasn't getting it from him, she was getting it from somewhere else.
What was her private assistant? What was her name? I can't remember it. Anyway.
Oh, are you telling me Hillary's a lesbo?
I don't think I'd be the first person to suggest that.
She's a muff diaper.
Not that how the hell would I know anyway, right?
I don't know, Charles. You tell me. You live closer to him than I do.
Yes, I can. Yes, me too. Me too, guy. Me too. There are things I just don't need to know.
You're exactly right. They're not. They really are not. They are not at all. Yeah.
I don't know.
So our movies.
Well, Andy's got a new king and a new prime minister all in the same week. Man, things are happening in jolly old England.
And that sure didn't make the prices go down either, did it?
No, I don't. And
come on, Charles, say it.
Allegedly, the Germans are bombing the Russian gas pipeline now. So what the fuck?
I thought they had it shut down anyway.
Well, they didn't. Maybe they were sending it to Sweden. Maybe they're just sending it to Sweden because there's a big blow up of the Nord Stream 2 underwater.
Yeah, Andy sent me something about that, and I didn't get to see it.
I can't figure out. The Germans did it. What they didn't. The Germans are the ones that are going to be cold as hell in a few months because they can't get it. So they blew up the pipeline. How does that make sense? Okay.
Not the gas pipes, not the oil.
Yeah, not oil, just gas.
Two different things. I'm talking about one thing, and you're talking about another.
Oh,
because I just don't keep up with the bullshit as well as I used to.
Andy wants
Oops.
Already?
Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of done. Andy, honey, you can come to the U.S. Look at all the places you've got to live. You've got Bill. You've got Charles. You're not coming to live with me because you're a pervert.
You got friends all over.
You can live with Ron.
All over, Andy. You're safe.
Yeah. You're not coming to live with me, though.
We'd even let you go see Ron.
You can go see Justin. Justin, I know you just enjoyed that I threw that out there for you, but anyway. Yeah, Bobby, you can go. I mean.
Yes. You know what? That's the next thing I'm looking for right here. It's a group of political immigrants for political asylum from Russia. all the young men from Russia.
I saw something about there's from Ukraine, they're seeing women and children, and from Russia, they're seeing all the men because they don't want to fight.
Well, that's just going to be that whole thing is
Oh my God, you ain't
I
coming to
hope
me
that's
bad,
really all.
Andy. My
I hope
house is a
that's really
Jesus
all
house.
winding down, but it's going to be fun. That's right.
Yeah, he would. I don't know. Let's see. Ron was talking about that they've got freeze warnings tonight for that. Did you see that?
Hmm?
Did you see those comments?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron was talking about freeze warnings for tonight, and I think tonight it's supposed to get near freezing here. So, and that's weird for September.
Hmm.
Weird, weird, weird. So y'all bring your global warming
Well,
here
when
because
I don't know, you'll probably get the edges of the hurricane,
Mhm.
little bit of rain from the edges of that. I would
We need
suspect.
rain. We
Yeah.
we need rain really badly. But I got so tired of after when those tornadoes come through here and tore up Jack.
Yes.
I got so tired of hearing about global warming, global warming.
Yeah.
It's called weather.
Yeah.
Well, it was 3 days later, it was snowing. I
Well.
mean and that's just weather in Kentucky. It when it gets cold and kinda stays cold is it's mid-January,
Hmm.
and it's cold January. We'll have our cold. We've got our, normal times where it freezes.
Hmm.
We have our frosts in, late October, early November most of the
Hmm.
time, usually early November. But, I mean, it's there was 2 years in a row there at Christmas, it was 70, 75 degrees.
Yes.
And then the
Yes.
next Christmas, we've got 6 inches of snow. That's just what happens around here.
Hmm. Well,
And
that's
I
I
can
can remember.
remember
I remember a year back in the '60s. I'm thinking like '64, maybe, where in West Virginia it was like in the '70s. It was beautiful, beautiful. After the day after Christmas. So.
yeah, I mean, and that's just and let's see, this year we had New Year's Day, we had tornado warnings.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we had tornadoes, and then we had cold weather, and then we had tornadoes, and then we had snowstorms, and we had I think at the end of February, 3 weeks in a row, we had 3 snowstorms that come through here
Mhm.
up into the 1st week of March, and then it settled down,
Yeah,
and
things do seem more mixed up now than they have been in the past.
but, I can remember there had been several years, I don't know, early 2000s,
Hmm.
that I was like, "Oh my god, we're never fucking gonna have winter again. It's never gonna
Yeah.
snow during the winter, ever
Yeah.
again."
Hmm.
And then it's not stopped. So
I'm trying to think.
it's a pattern. It's a weather pattern.
Yes.
It's freaking weather. It's not climate change. It's not global warming. It's just a freaking pattern.
Mhm.
Stop it. And you can't make people believe
The
that
Earth,
because all
the
they're
Earth,
listening to is the
the Earth has
damn
been
media.
here for
Uh-oh.
4.5 billion years, and we
Uh-oh.
only have records that go back accurately 200 years. Dude, we're trying to view the whole world looking through a keyhole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Andy. uh,
Um, let's hope not, Andy. I'm just saying. Let's hope not. What is Andy gonna do when my last name changes?
just don't tell him what it is.
It's not gonna be as fun as Duff, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God.
I have filed that paperwork, so we'll see.
Well, good for you.
I guess. I go to a very boring last name, but anyway. But it was my birth name, so that'll work. Isn't that funny? I started out with it. Now I'm going to end up with it.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Make sure check your voter registration. You may have to take you'll have to take that paperwork with you.
Well, the funny part about it is that you can file to have your name changed legally and go through all the stuff and have it changed. But until your social security card says that that's what your name is, that's not your name.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Names come and go, but social security numbers are forever.
That's right. And if your name doesn't match that social security number, that ain't your name.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I got to thinking about that. No, Andy, honey, I thought you loved me. I really thought you liked me. I don't think my name would be good as Maria Ron Squatch. I just don't. That's very well.
Oh my goodness. Yep. I'm telling you.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's different.
Are those Christmas lights still
Those
up
are
for
Halloween lights. Those are purple. Those are
Yeah,
purple Halloween
very
lights.
nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I was gonna get the orange ones, but they bring in too many bugs, so I've got the nice little purple ones.
That's
I
good.
try to be a little festive. I've got a Halloween tablecloth on this table outside, and I've got my Ron Rob Zombie movie character things out. I've got my Halloween village setting out, and all the
Cool.
places that the cats can't freaking destroy them when they're running around like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. My experience with cats, how the hell do you keep them off stuff? I've never been able to. I have remembered looking over and saying, how the hell did that cat get up there? Yeah.
Mine are trying to figure out how to get to the top of the cabinets, but they haven't quite figured it out yet, thank God.
Ah, okay.
Because I've got all of my expensive shit at the top, so
Okay.
they couldn't touch it. I never had a problem with any animal ever getting on my countertops, getting into places that they didn't need to be until my son's cats got here.
Aha. Yeah.
And then that's been a struggle. That's been and what I should have done was gotten a Nerf water pistol
Gotcha.
to where I could sit wherever and just shoot them as they got onto shit that they didn't need to.
Training device. Nerf training device.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. But yeah, it is what it is. I've got them. I'm stuck with them. Wintertime's coming. I'm going to have every damn one of them in the house all the time. Again. And I never did get those privacy panels that I talked about to put outside so I could stay outside while they're in the house.
Ah, okay.
So, I never did do that.
Run out of your house. Run out of your house by your pets. I just need to be alone.
That's why I bought the outdoor furniture and stuff. It's like a bed. I can lay down out here and sleep. And it's like, yeah, I'll just go somewhere else. But yeah. But then I got to looking at the pictures of my game camera. And maybe
yeah?
I need to stay in the house. I'm kind of thinking. There was plenty of coyotes. The
Hmm.
raccoons were cracking me up because there's not a skinny one in any of them. I
No,
mean, they're all just as
no.
fat and round as they can be. So, possums,
Well,
plenty of deer.
I'm waiting to hear that you took out a 12 pointer off your deck.
Mm, mm, it could happen, but then I would have to. The real work begins. Shooting them's easy.
Yes, yes, exactly. I
It's the
know.
field dressing and oh my gosh, all that meat. I
Hmm.
wouldn't have any place to, and see, used to, I
Yeah,
had a big deep freeze. I don't have any place to put that meat now. I'd have to be knocking on neighbors' doors. You want this? Here.
yeah. Uh,
And you can't tell them that it's
we've done it.
deer.
We've done it. There's a butcher shop nearby that does game, and
Nice.
we've had a couple done by them, and they do a really good job. And you decide how much you want done up as sausage and how you want to cut and all that good stuff. I'm wondering if they do storage. I bet you they do. It probably cost you, but it's worth a thought. I hadn't thought about it because we've got the
Well,
freezers thing too.
the
Yes, we've
bad
got
part,
finding freezer space for a couple 100 pounds of
yeah.
meat just really isn't going to be easy.
Well, see, I have one of those awesome refrigerators that,
Mm-hmm.
of course, the freezer's at the top, the refrigerator is at the bottom, but I can switch them.
Okay.
So I can make the bottom the freezer and I can make the top the refrigerator. So if I ever ran into something like that, I would have quite a bit of room and I could do
Mm-hmm.
it that way, but that's a lot of meat, and it's like if you want to
I know.
give it away, you can't tell people that
Well,
it's deer. You have to tell them that it's cow or pig or something like that
that was a
because
conversation we had with the family just lately. We're thinking, well, why don't we just see about getting half a steer, you know, because of the
yeah.
prices of everything going up. And now, okay, well, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, where are you gonna put it?
Yeah.
I had a huge, freezer, and of course, there was deer that was always in it.
Mm-hmm.
But then when all the my son moved out, my husband passed away, so there's nobody I'm not gonna go hunting. I don't need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
I can live on peanut butter and crackers, and I don't care. I'm good. Cans of soup, it's all good. Bag of beans, cook them up, that lasts me a week. I'm cornbread. But now, if somebody was to cook for me, I will eat until I pass out. I swear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah.
Yeah,
I used to have somebody that would cook for me and they would it was like, "Here," and I would take it home. They'd send it home with me and stuff, and I was like, I loved it.
yeah.
I just don't if I like to cook, it would be one thing, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know why, but I just don't. I guess it's just not a there's some people that can do it and that they're perfect at that's why we have master chefs.
This is true.
Me, I'd just open up a can of soup and say, "Thanks."
Yep. I'm much that way. I get tired of my own cooking. I really do.
You do, and then plus when you cook
Mm-hmm.
oh, Lord. As long as they're
Pickled,
not pickled, we're good.
pickled pig feet. Yes.
No.
I could never manage that.
A place I used to work at, they had, pickled eggs they would sell and
Mm-hmm.
pickled bologna
Mm-hmm.
and pickled pig's feet, and we couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
And we would have these big it was like a 20-gallon jar of this stuff, and you couldn't keep it. And I was like, the smell alone. Oh, and souse.
Yes,
I don't
souse.
even know what souse is made of. I don't have a clue what's in it. I don't know. I just know that if meat is gray with white spots in it, I'm not eating it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yep.
But there were people that ate it, and I guess I should have tried it just to see, but I don't even know what that means. I don't know what's in it. I don't know.
There's some of that stuff that I have tried, and there's some of that stuff that I've tried to try, and the gag reflex just kicks in. It's not going down. There's no way. Oh.
There's so much. Okay, so Andy's talking about pig stuff. There's so much you can do with a pig.
Tails. Yes.
So much stuff. I mean, I love what's the oh well no what cracklings is the chicken's intestines, right?
No, that's chitlins.
Chitlins, sorry. Cracklings, chitlins.
Cracklins are deep fried pig fat skin. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That shit's good.
I think.
Hang on just a minute. I've got to go shut my door. My cat has killed something and she's wanting to bring it in the house.
Ooh.
Hang on. Yeah.
So, see, now we've gone from movie sequels to southern regional foods. Yes, always good stuff. Absolutely, always good stuff. We don't have. I like the way the show's been going lately. Less serious, more fun. Enjoying the camaraderie and having you guys here. It really is. It's nice to have some place where you can bring things up and talk about them and be safe and enjoy it, and that's what we really want to do.
I want to know what that is.
I actually don't know.
So
I'm afraid to look it up. What's worse than I'll guess. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Groundhog is actually. I've eaten groundhog. Eat squirrel.
It's pretty greasy though, isn't it?
I don't think it's very greasy meat. Possum, I don't think so, but I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure you'll find recipes somewhere.
Honey, if you could kill it, my grandmother could skin it and cook it.
Yes, absolutely. I remember hearing a kind of a joke recipe about possum. Was the best way to do it was to let it cure on a pine board for like 2 weeks, and then throw it away and cook the pine board.
Let's see. Yeah. I have eaten a grasshopper. Oh, why? Why? The crunch. The crunch. Couldn't do the crunch.
You couldn't do the crunch.
Not doing the crunch.
Yeah.
Whoo! Yes, that's the best part. You always got to like where you live.
We're good. Well, so is
almost gone 2 hours.
Yeah. So is anybody coming up? Any shows coming up tonight that I forgot about?
I don't know. What about it, Ron? Ron knows, or Ron. Andy knows.
Andy knows. Bobby will know. Bobby's
Yep.
Definitely
Johnny on the spot. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. You
Oh,
cried when it was mushy. Oh, you're just
see that grasshoppers should be deep fried. That's just disgusting to put them in a sucker.
ugh, the stop.
Ugh.
Anyway, Andy says there's nothing coming up. So what are we gonna do?
With ourselves. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Tuesday night. There's no football on. There might be some baseball on, but not a team I want to watch. But it's
Little
already dark
disruption.
here. My four-wheeler doesn't work. I can't go out to see
Oh my.
all the. I just need to get my fuel line fixed. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And you can't find anybody here to work on four-wheelers, so I'm just kind of stuck for a little while until somebody. Yeah, I'm sure YouTube's gonna love that. Oh, wait, Ron's in here. He can start doing tarot card readings.
There you go. Okay. Okay. Start winding down now. Oh my gosh. No. we
You made
had
me spit out my drink.
I think we did. I think we did really well today. We made it almost two
We
hours on
we did a topic and we
it,
stayed on it
an
for a while.
honest topic, and we let the conversation flow as it does.
We
And
did.
hey, that's what it's about. You never know what little surprise you're going to find in the bottom of this Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, that comment right there just yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoo. Oh no. Okay, so here we go. You haven't lived, Andy, until you have played strip Monopoly. Now that's something that's got to go on all night long, and there's got to be pieces taken off and put back on. Correct? I mean, Monopoly lasts forever.
You put different cash denominations on each item of clothing? How do you do that?
Or is that if you buy per place?
Lorraine, you must send us the house rules for strip Monopoly.
Yeah. We got to hear the rest of this.
Yeah. that I think that
I could handle that.
strip Monopoly. I'm just thinking that would be. I just don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, because that lasts forever. I mean, that's not a quick game.
6 hour strip Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think poor pizza dude encountered a guy in nothing but a cowboy hat. Well, he might have been happy to see that. Who knows?
It depends on your pizza dude.
Exactly. Depends on his preference, my love.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'd be happy with that. But the bad part is where I live, there is absolutely nowhere that delivers food here.
Oh my God. That's terrible. I'll get those Amazon drones, like drop food in from the
heavens,
hovercraft or whatever. Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm good with that. I think if I saw a drone around here, I think I would have some target practice going on. Cleaned out. So today, talking about target practice,
Okay.
we're packing up the rest of things in Mom's house, and
okay,
we're looking at all of these delicate
oh my God.
wine glasses, sherbet glasses, things that are just. And I said, can we just throw these away? Because nobody uses these anymore. I mean, when's the last time you were at a party that somebody served you sherbet in a sherbet glass?
Yes.
So she's like, I don't care what we do with it. And I was like, good, because I can take it to the backfield and I can have target practice. So I'm going to put it on the very back fence that's next
Mhm.
to the farm that I don't like, and they can deal with the glass. Okay, it's not going to be
Mm.
on my side.
Oh my God.
Home sweet home. That's all I could say.
Yeah. I saved a bunch of CDs for that. And I misplaced them. I don't know. I had like a whole stack of old, like, CompuServe CDs,
Oh yeah.
which used to get in the mail all
Yes.
the time. And that was my plan for those, was to take them out and hang them up and use them for target practice.
Oh
And I
yeah.
misplaced them, and I've still got a few around here, but the big stack, I don't know what happened to it. I
Well,
was looking forward to that.
it's so funny because mom's still alive. I don't
Hmm.
want anybody to get the impression she's not, but she's just moved to a different place, and so and there's so much stuff, and it's like stuff we bought for her, I
Hmm.
guess, when all of us kids, and she never got rid of it. And then
Hmm.
plus that stuff that was belonged to her parents, or and
Hmm.
then stuff that her and dad had bought together. And I got so tickled today because whenever I can remember my mother talking about cleaning out her mother's house, my grandmother's house.
Uh-huh. Oh
And
my.
she went home after that, and I mean, she like got rid of so much stuff because, of course, my grandmother was depression age.
Yes.
I mean, they kept everything. So
Hmm.
it was like if you had 3 pieces of scrap material that was this big, you kept it.
Yeah.
And she went through stuff like that, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, could you imagine what this house would look like had she not decluttered?"
Yeah. Yep.
But, and it's picture frames and or prints, stuff like
Hmm.
that you hang in your house, nobody
Sure.
wants.
Nope.
You have it because you like it, and you paid $100 for it because you wanted that print in your house. But if you was to take it to an auction, it might go for $1, maybe.
Yep.
So, it's bad when that's your reality on a lot
This is
material
true.
things mean absolutely nothing, and it's more sentimental to you
Hmm.
than it is to everybody else, and then
Yes.
plus, everybody else doesn't have room for all of your I've had way
Yep.
here, sentimental stuff,
Hmm.
and it's kinda sad to see some of it go, but, I mean, it's just stuff. It's just material stuff. It means nothing.
Yep. Which reminds me, one of these days, we've got some big time decluttering to do here, and
It's
that's,
easy to do.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Andy has the, remote viewing to the, drone that is out hovering around Amanda's bedroom window, just saying. But, yeah, I swear, it's like I had a dumpster pulled up. Matter of fact, I had 3 dumpsters
Yeah.
pulled
Yeah.
up to the stuff that my husband was like, "Well, I can use that. I can use that," and he stored it.
Hmm. Yeah,
So I had
guys do
3
that.
dumpsters.
Yeah.
And you know what? There was some of it, I looked at it and I was like, "I could use that," tools,
Yes.
stuff you stuff you need,
Hmm.
you know.
Sure.
But there was stuff like, brand new socket sets
Hmm.
he had never even opened.
Hmm.
So I kept that. But I
Hmm.
bet you there was at least 6 of everything made in the world here.
That's,
I kept 1
oh,
set, I gave 1 set away, and then the other one, all the rest of it went into the dumpster because it's really weird. People will go and buy brand new tool sets, do all this stuff, but it's
Uh-huh.
like, I've got all this stuff here. Do you want it? Nah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's because somebody's giving it away and they don't want to think they're taking advantage of you, which I had that comment made to me. There was something that I sold and I sold it for whatever price I named it. And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
that's way too cheap. And I'm like, I don't care. I want it gone.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't want anybody saying that I took advantage of you. Well, if
So,
you don't tell them what I sold,
yes.
what you bought it for, and I don't tell them what I sold it to you for, it's none of their damn business.
Yep.
And if it makes you feel better, I'll
Sometimes
tell them I sold it to you.
trying to sell something for too low a price is harder than selling it for full price.
Yes,
Yes.
but it's such a
Um,
good deal, they can't resist.
dude, I want rid of it.
I just want it
That's the
gone.
point.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. It's
there
taking up space that I can't spare anymore. You know,
there
it's
was stuff
taking up.
here. Yeah, it's like, I don't even know what this is other than what I took a picture of it and somebody said, "Oh, yeah, that's what that's used for." And
Mhm.
this was I had, like, 3 hanging racks that you can put on a trailer that
Okay.
you could put, like, uh, weed eaters on,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had 3 of them, and I said, "I want 25 bucks for the 3 of them." And he looked at me and he's like, "Are you crazy? I don't need them, do you?" He said, "Yeah, I do." And I was like,
25
"Are
bucks.
you gonna pay me 25 bucks for all 3 of them?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "Well, they're way more than this." And I'm like, "And I don't care."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like anyway, I don't understand people. This is why I try to stay away from them because it's like
No,
this stuff
when you were talking, I'm a tool guy. I've
yeah,
got lots of tools. Okay. And I thought of something. I was going over a job I was getting ready to do, and I thought of something. I thought, why don't they have this tool to do that? Okay.
yes,
Specialized tool just to do that because it's a pain in the ass otherwise. So I thought,
yes.
and I had built that tool in my mind. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And I thought, I'm going to see if I can find that. So off I go to Amazon,
Lord.
and they actually exist. So
No.
I'm ordering these. I'm ordering me a couple of those.
That's awesome.
Oh, but it's funny. Yeah. And it's not something that it's just amazing. It's amazing what's out there, what's available.
Mm. Oh,
So
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I walked into a hardware store, I could not walk out without one of those if I saw it. So okay, that's just the way it is. That's the
Yeah,
guy thing.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad about, going to a store and I'm like I go to a store and I'm like, "This is what I'm gonna get," and then I look at it and I'm like, "But, if I bought that tool and this and I could put this together and I don't need it.
Yes.
I don't need it." I'm just kinda looking for something to do, I think. I don't know, but
Okay.
it's all gonna end up in a dumpster, just saying.
There you go. I'm at a point. I've got projects I started that I've got to get some of these projects. They're gonna be gone. They're either going to be finished gone, or they're just going to be gone. You know. So after a while, it becomes. Um,
It might be something your son wants to finish.
I may work on that.
Hmm. If you buy a few, like 5 or 6 trucks and tell him what you want to do with them and then disappear, I bet he finishes them.
I'm trying to think. Actually, one of them is a model airplane that I've done like 90% of the work on it. All I need is a couple of servos, and it'll be ready to go. And my problem with that is I did this once before, and once I was finished with it, I was afraid to fly it.
Was you really?
I mean, I'd never flown one before. Okay. And I had no idea. Now you can fly anything you want to fly virtually, okay, on computer. Back in the day, it was, you did the best you could do, and you took your time and you built it properly, and theoretically it should work. But I got to the point where I says, I've got all these hours in this. I'd like to see it fly, but it deserves a better pilot than me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the next one, this last one, it's going to get the same treat. It's in the same place basically already. I'd have finished it and flown it, but I'm not qualified to fly it. I know I'm not qualified to fly it. So one of these days. And anyway, batteries are cheaper now. Batteries are cheaper and more powerful and all that good stuff. So that was one of those things that putting it on the shelf for a couple of years probably was a smart thing to do. So whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Projects.
There's always something to do. Always
Yes.
something to keep us
Easy to
busy.
find.
So I think we've done 2 hours tonight, Charles.
I think
we've done pretty well.
ready to call it a night.
Yeah,
And
it's getting a little chilly outside here.
getting a little nippy out there. So everybody, thanks a lot for coming. We do appreciate you. We love you, and we miss you when you're not here. And please bring back friends, Alice. We'll make room. We'll make room for them.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
So thank you, Maria. It's been fun. And
Always.
thank everybody for being here. And this is good night from Survivor Circle. Bye-bye.